Ah, damn, man, where La Hero is? We are about to start recording, man. Where he at? Yo, La Hero, you around here? Yo, Lahi. Yo, bro, what you doing? Get your ass up.
Man, I just finished my damn shift, bro. Just let me just take a sip.
Bro, we about to start. Should I do it on my own?
Oh. Brno G's, check us out. Bistro Bastardo, baby.
Yeah. Peace.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. What's up, guys?
Yo, what up, guys? Huh? Okay. Winnie, get the slap. Get the slap. Yo, what
what's
up, guys? We
With
out
the
here
G's.
with the G's, and we in Bistro Bastardo, Stefanikova, with these lovely gentlemen out here.
What's poppin', baby?
Yeah. And Bistro Bastardo is a fine ass establishment running since 2017. Best Mexican joint in town. And I'm going to save the rest of the details for later. Why don't you take
Yeah.
over?
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go straight to the introduction. So I'll ask you, gentlemen, what's your name?
Ciao, my name is Iri.
My name is Jose.
Yo, what up? Here is Thomas. Tomas.
I would like to ask you where you're from.
I'm from Czech Republic, Bruntal,
Mexico.
Bruntal. Where's that? Where's that at?
far away, fucking far
Fuck
away.
off. Okay, I'm from right down here, Brno. Probably the best city or one of the best cities in the world. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I will ask you also, what's your role in Bastardo?
My?
Yeah.
What is my role in Bastardo?
You tell me. I don't know what you're doing. What am I paying you for?
Multitasking.
I'm the one who's getting the money.
Okay, he's just picking up money. Damn, you gotta take a look at it then.
Yeah.
I am jealous about it.
Who's getting what?
So for me, I'm the chef of the Bistro Bastardo.
Oh yeah, an excellent chef. I gotta say, excellent chef. Heads down for Jose.
Just because we're on camera.
Okay, I'm the kind of what would you call it? Architect.
The boss.
I'm the I'm the owner. At the same time, I would say I'm the busboy, bellboy, and I don't know what else.
Bad
Everything
boy.
that comes around with it, you know. Everything that needs to come around with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Last important thing I wanted to ask you was the last song or album you listened to.
What is it?
My last album is Chief Keef. Was the first album of the Chief Keef, Where's the Love So Sad?
Taylor
It's,
Swift.
Damn.
Last no. Yeah, you got a Spotify.
What about you, Thomas?
It was probably something from my man Biggie Smalls,
Oh, yeah.
Notorious B.I.G.
Anything straight coming to your mind right now?
Probably anything, you know. Like he just came out with two
Finally
albums
Rich.
and they were both excellent. So I just love his music and I always come back to it. Hypnotize,
Yeah.
Dead Wrong, Juicy,
Uh-huh.
anything that comes up, you know, to my mind.
Okay. And that brings me to a question like how did you get down to listening to Biggie? Just like off topic completely, but
Oh, okay. So the first time I got familiar with Biggie was back when I went through high school in the States. I was back in early 2000s, and that was kind of when I got the hang of it because I didn't really know back then what would you call it, old school hip hop was.
yeah.
So that was probably the first time I got familiar with Tupac, Biggie, and all this great music that started it all. So
Yeah.
back then.
That's what's up. And you're talking about that you've been at high school in the US, right?
Yeah.
And was that where you got the idea to start all of this?
Yeah, that's right. That was basically the first time that I got to know Mexican cuisine,
Mhm.
and I straight fell in love with it, to be honest. And ever since then, I was visiting back home here. I was seeing the huge gap on the market, and um, not even a gap on the market. It was just that people were missing out. Missing out, not knowing, what a great, cuisine, food
Yeah.
they could get their tongues on or bites in.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was back then when I was going through high school that I got to know Mexican cuisine. I got to know some great people from Latin America. I worked in a Greek restaurant, and basically in the States, in Estados Unidos, it's all Latinos working in the kitchen, because those are the people who got the passion for it. They were just made for it. They do a lot better job than Americans themselves. So whatever cuisine it is in the States, it is most of the times just Latinos working there, or Mexicans.
Money.
Hey, dollar bill, yeah. So walk us through from the point that you got the inspiration to the point that you decided, like, yeah, you're gonna open a bistro here. How did you get the idea for the name, and who did you start it with? And yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of questions. Yeah,
Okay.
but if I go back into the very very beginning, I remember the first time I had Mexican food was when my buddy's pops, my buddy's dad, he took us to this joint called Baja Fresh. It was on the East Coast in Maryland, and I remember it was just something, the all the flavors altogether. It was something that I have never had before, and I straight fell in love with it. And so that was basically like the first, yeah, when I got the first kick to stay in touch with it. And I tried more and more, and the more I tried, the more I wanted it, and it's just I was hooked up to it. It was like pretty much like the most frequent food I had uh, back in the States. And with that came the idea that I would love to do and establish something like this here in my town, because as I said, there was nothing like it, and I felt like people were missing out.
And so in the year of 2017, which was when you guys opened,
Mhm.
prior to that, what was the process like? How did it get to being called Bastardo?
Well, it was a long journey, because imagine that the first time I really thought about making it happen was maybe when I was just finishing high school, deciding what to do next, and that was back in 2007. And that was when I knew that this is something that I would like to accomplish, in the sometime in the future, even though back then it was still far away, because I had no financial uh, monies, instruments
Yes.
to make it happen. But yeah, so counting from 2007 to 2017, that's a whole decade. So that's when the idea first came in, and I kept it real the whole time. But it did take several years before it was actually becoming more and more possible, as I was getting better jobs, making better money, and still there was the window, meaning that no one else
Mm.
still opened it before us.
Mhm.
And so it did take about 10 years,
Mhm.
looking for the right place, looking for the right people,
Mhm.
saving that money,
Mhm.
and yeah, that's basically it. 10 years, 10 years it was.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, so we in 2017, And from what I heard or what we've been talking about with Lahi, I heard that you started renovating Svobody even before you had a chef. Is that true, or you think?
That is true. We did not have anyone like concrete
Mhm.
back then, from what I remember. But at the same time, there was a lot of candidates, that I was in touch with, and we had several people to choose from because they were interested in the idea, they liked it, and yeah, I remember that one of them was Alejandro, and he proved to be the right one, and we yeah, we hit the right spot, with him coming here and starting it all and making it all happen.
Yeah, shout out to Ale.
Yeah.
That's down, bro.
So at the start, there were just three of you
Wait, wait.
busting.
Can I just ask one more thing? Like, Ale was not here in Czech yet. He was not like doing anything with Czech.
When from what I remember, when we first leased the place, he still wasn't here, but everything, it came down very quickly
Yeah.
because I think we leased it, and then in the meantime I started working on his visa, because that's a process,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
takes several months itself. So yeah, it was very, very stressful from what I remember, because we didn't have that kind of money to postpone the opening, because we were forced to pay the rent no matter what.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And but yeah, it was stressful. I remember we did postpone the opening by just about 2 months.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
Tough.
yeah, it was tough. It was tough, but it all came down very
Okay.
quickly.
And how did you get across Alejandro, even though he was living in Mexico? Mexico.
Well, at first I got to know Mexico, Viva Mexico. Yeah, I got to know the community of Mexicans here living
Mhm.
here in Brno, and I kind of started, and also in Prague back then, because I had a job. I was working for the U.S. Embassy in Prague at the time. So I kind of started talking to people, the locals. Do you have any friends who would be interested, who are good chefs? Who you know, and that's how I started gathering the right contacts, and yeah. That's how it was. Getting to know people,
Yeah.
from here, or the minority living here, who had friends in Mexico who were interested to come and start a new life here. Because it wasn't about just coming here to do a certain job. It was more about invitation to come here and just live here, and to uh, yeah, that's it.
And at the start, I've heard, I don't know if it's true, but it was just three of you running 6 days a week at Swobody for, I don't know, about 6 months to a year.
Yeah, I remember it was just about 6 months to 3/4 of a year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was. They were tough times. It was Alejandro, my buddy, my partner David, and me. I was the worst out of them all, because as far as the manual abilities, let's put it that way. But yeah, those were tough times. Sometimes I remember that on the 6th day we were just closed for Sundays, right?
Yeah.
I remember sometimes on the 6th day I wouldn't even fucking bother to go home. I would just like pass out on the stool like this. They just kind of like wash my underpits and just go straight at it the next day. Well, it's needed to say we also got drunk. We also got drunk every Saturday just to loosen up.
For sure.
And yeah, sometimes I remember that we would just spend the night and start a new week, not even going home.
Mhm. And back then, when you were running on those 6 days a week work shifts, did you see how? Did you believe that it would be like this, as it is today, someday?
I mean, it was worth it, right?
Oh yeah, I kind of knew that it would somehow um, how would you say it? What's the
Work
word
out.
that I'm looking for? Develop.
Uh-huh.
And but it was at the same time, it's kind of crucial for you to kind of live it and do it yourself before you just start delegating and put it on someone else, because that's how you sell it. You sell yourself. You can't just appoint people and have someone else do it for you from the beginning, because that's the crucial time. That's when you got to show who you are and what you want to do, and what's the business about. So yeah, so it was just us from the beginning. I think that was the right scenario. And yeah, after that, we started hiring more and more people, interested, to come. They actually started coming themselves, coming towards us themselves. And it was easier and easier to to cover the runs that we had.
Right.
Yeah, and could you maybe like highlight some of your milestones that went throughout the whole journey that you think that were like most important for the whole journey that
Well, the milestones. So if I was to connect on just me, David, and Alejandro starting it, was probably the first half year, 9 months, when it kind of just worked so good that we knew that we needed more people, and also important that we needed a new place, because that place, at the Centro at Náměstí Svobody, it was just so small that we couldn't even keep up with the demand, meaning that the kitchen was so small to cook up, all the dishes that we were able to sell. So that was kind of the first initiative when we knew, after just about like half a year since opening, we knew that we were gonna have to look for a new place eventually, with a bigger kitchen, bigger capacities, and which we started working on back then. Half a year after opening, and within a year we found the right place, which we're sitting in now
yeah
at Stefanikova. And yeah, so that was like the first milestone.
Yeah.
It felt good that we had to do it, because
Mhm.
it meant that it was a success, kind of, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
And ever since then, things got complicated again, with opening up the new joint, because whenever you open up something new, the system changes, and you have to find the right ways. But yeah, I would say that was the milestone.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers,
Quick
cheers.
one. Quick one. Yeah.
Ciao, ciao.
Yeah. And
Cheers, salute.
back then when you opened it, it was like 2 years after you opened Svobody, or
Yeah, that was the thing. We did lease the place within a year from opening Centro,
Mhm.
but it
it was
took
just
us it took us it took us another almost a whole year, I would say 9 months, before we were able to open here, because it was just a lot of things that
Yeah.
needed to happen. And so we were actually losing some money, because here we were paying rent while building the kitchen, and finding the right ways to set up the system.
And
But yeah, it was.
was it like as used as for production, or was it just like empty and you were like renovating at first?
Oh well, it was empty. I would say when we first opened, we
Uh-huh.
started using it as a for production, but at the same time, we started serving meals here, to the customers. So yeah, so it was all at the same time.
Yeah.
Um. So let me bounce off right to Irka.
Hello.
How do you fit into the story? When did you exactly start? And yeah, just walk us through that.
I think it's going to be 5 years in May or
Yeah,
June,
I think
something
so.
like that. I think I arrived before COVID.
I think it started all when you started serving me as a guest.
Yeah, like
As your guest.
like
He was a
I've been-
manager in the neighboring coffee place, right?
I've been working in Skull Cafe.
Skull.
before, and when they start to building the bistro, so after their working construction shift, they came to Skull to have some shisha and the drinks.
Okay.
So
Lots of
I
drinks.
was closing with them, and then after like 2 years or a year and a half, they came if I want to work with them. So
Okay.
and I moved like to another door.
So Tomas approached you, or
I actually did see the potential in Jurka. I really liked him when I was going to um, the coffee spot, and it just we had a talk, and I kind of said, hey, if you ever want to cooperate, I would be happy to.
Okay.
So now we're happy.
Yeah. And now we're 5 years later, and you're the manager of this place. So tell me, like, how much has the bistro changed from the point that you started just working to the point that now you're a manager?
It changed. Yeah, a lot. A lot. Like it didn't change like in a day.
Uh-huh.
So it was just
Of
like
course.
smoothly
Right.
like changing. I don't know like what do you want to hear?
Well, yeah, like we wouldn't say exactly smoothly, right? There was like a lot of
it was long run, yeah.
yeah. And yeah, what were some of the things back then that were, I don't know, a pain in the ass for you compared to now?
Like when I was like changing like the position,
Uh-huh.
the most hard thing for me was to tell like the people to do something, like because we were in the same hierarchy before,
Right.
and then I had to like tell them you have to do this, you have to do this, and you
Mhm.
cannot do that.
Mm.
So it was like the hardest point, and I still like little finding with it.
Yeah. I get that. And
And
how?
sorry, the same is for me. Like I have to really often tell to myself like I have to do this
Right,
or I
right,
have to do
right,
that.
right. So at the point that you officially became the manager, you were still convincing yourself like how you can express to others like you need to do
Yes,
this.
I think it's also like hard, or like it's also something hard for them because like they also take me like as the
yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah, totally,
Like, and
totally.
now the this motherfucker wants something from us.
Yeah, exactly. And now I'm gonna shine the light on Jose Manuel Rodriguez,
Hello.
Mr. Head
Yeah,
Chef.
yeah.
So, how did it start? It was, if I remember, it was a random coincidence that led you to the bistro.
Yeah, it was pretty random. It was like 2 years ago already, and I was traveling around Europe, and I came here to this small town because
Small town.
the best
Fuck
town
off.
in the world. Because
You mean the second biggest city within this country?
yeah, that one.
Small town.
Exactly that one. I was just traveling and I came here because of a friend. And I was basically like bored, nothing to do. And I just started looking for a job. And I was just like in the old school, like giving my
Yeah.
CVs to all the restaurants.
Uh-huh.
And I gave it to the bistro. And then they hired me the first day that I gave the CV. So that's how I started here. But it was a long, long process.
You cannot say it like this because you didn't have a visa or any papers.
I mean, I didn't say it.
The
It wasn't my
Ministry of Interior might be listening. Come on.
They would want this program.
Yeah,
Both
we fucked
immigrants
your
here.
Vacation, right?
So actually, it was pretty tough, like process. It took like about almost 1 year to work properly here. I had to come back to Mexico,
Mhm.
like 3 months, then come back here. It was a pretty hard process to get here to work here.
Yeah, and so at first the Ale was head chef, right? and then it was David.
Yeah, David.
Yeah,
David was
and
for a
after
while.
that, you're now the head chef of Bistro Bastardo, right?
Yes.
And I remember that David started the like weekly menu, right? And then you started working here underneath him, and now you're the head chef. How did it happen, really?
Yeah, like all the people who start working here, like we have this that we start from the scratch,
Mhm.
and depends of the skills. Like we are like getting like different position and these things.
Mhm.
So I was working as assist, then I was working as grill, cold bar, and
Mhm.
everything, and then it was like there wasn't like a like that like there was like a chef established. Like all of we know that Ale was the chef because he
Mhm.
was the one who started the bistro, who created
Yeah.
the menu, like who helped to create the menu. But somehow like it wasn't like a we know that he was the chef. It was just like a we know because he had more time. And then I just talked with Tomas and David,
Mhm.
and then we started being chef to people. And this is David, another Mexican guy,
Mhm.
and me. We were
Yeah.
like cooperating to be chef. And then fortunately he had the chance to open his own restaurant.
Mhm.
And now I'm the only one.
Yeah, yeah. So he opened his restaurant, and you became a head chef, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Like just one question according to that, like, do you feel like since you started there was like some bigger changes in the menu, like the basic menu that you have there, not the weekly? If there is like any changes that you think there is.
There has been some changes, like not like that, not like the dishes like that,
Mhm.
but we are trying to modify the recipes a little bit to
Mhm.
make it like better,
Mhm.
because even if something is good, it has to change at some point.
Mhm.
So I just start to modifying recipes
Yeah.
and also to work a lot in administrative stuff, because also like the recipes they were just like everyone do the recipes how they
Mhm.
think.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I start working in like a manual, like
Mhm.
a recipes book and these things to everyone make
Nice.
the same recipes in the same way.
Okay.
So that was also a tough process. And it was really difficult for me also when I start being the main chef.
Mhm.
First thing, because also as Jirka happens, like happened, like it's difficult to start like leading people who has been working here for more time than you
Mhm.
and who is older,
Yeah.
because I'm a young man, and it's kind of difficult for them to give orders or like
Yeah, yeah,
to ask you for help
yeah.
for something.
Yeah, this gets me to a question for all of you guys. What's the favorite thing on the menu for all of you guys, including Lahiru? For me, it's it used to be
La hero on the
Here
Put
menu.
on
on the
the
menu,
spot.
delicious.
Oh yeah.
Lahiru con crema.
yeah.
Lahira Devendra. Oh,
Oh, that reminds me. One of the weekly menus when David was here, he made burrito de lahi. Yes, it
I
was
remember that
it was
one.
like
That
a
was
Secret
funny.
ingredients.
you know it.
Come shot.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
No, no, no.
Well, for me, it's always number one veggie burrito.
Burrito barba.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, veggie burrito, vegetarian. So I love that, and especially when I don't know who it was who changed it, whether it was you or David, but to have yeah you changed it. It was to have pumpkin,
And sweet
sweet
potato.
potato, zucchini, and mushrooms.
You
Yeah,
gotta try
mushrooms.
that shit.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
banging,
Yeah.
banging. Go for it. Okay. Yeah, that's it from me.
What about for you?
It's got to be everything. I have to stand behind it all. Everything is on top and delicious.
And pizza, right?
Pizza?
No, I'm kidding.
Pizza, yeah.
We have a great pasta.
I
I'm not
think
saying
for
no
me,
to any. I'm not saying no to pizza.
for me, I think it's a quesadilla picadillo. Like it's like the classic, but it's one of my favorites items with chipotle mayo.
All right.
For me, it's quesadilla chorizo or burrito carnitas, both with green salsa.
Okay. Nice.
And you, Winnie?
Um, right now is like burrito vegetariano. But when I started going to Bastardo, it was back in 2019 when I started going to college, and it was close to my school. So anytime when my mom gave me some money for lunch, I never went to school lunches. I hated it. So when I had some extra money, I went to Bastardo. It was like almost every day when I had the money. And back then it was tacos barbacoa. Then it started to be because like got to know like lahi, so it started to be like mix of veggie and barbacoa, like burrito. And nowadays it's usually just veggie burrito or something on the weekly menu.
Okay, quick detour from all the business stuff. Like, first to you, Tomáš. Like, what do you do to deload your mind from at that time? At that time when you were running, for example, like 6 days a week, what was like the thing that you did to deload your mind other than going out to
Drinking.
have a few drinks? Other than that, what else did you?
To deal out my mind back then, that one free day that we had.
Yeah,
Out
yeah.
of
During
our
that,
drinks. Out of our-
the hangover phase, I guess.
Yeah.
that there wasn't really much in between. And to be honest, I actually had my mom and family like to come to the bistro, that just to see me, because I would never like I would never I wasn't in contact with them, in that period. And yeah, so it was it was just it was just that hard work.
Yeah,
And getting loose
Mm.
at the end of the at the end of the week.
Yeah.
There is not much to it, because you only got that one day.
Right,
You
right,
drink
right.
and you rest,
Yeah,
relax, and
got
then
you.
you go at it
Yeah.
Would
the
Yeah,
following
but the
week.
thing is, what Lahi meant to say, I think, like back then, I get that you didn't had time for it, but like, for example, what's your hobbies like right now? For example, like instead of like the thing is that you're running business like Bastardo, maybe it's Irka now, but the thing is that you had to get off your mind on something. Is there something that you do in your
Oh yeah, I
time?
mean, this is a whole different story for me. I mean, uh, as I mentioned, it's been success ever since. So I get to enjoy a lot of traveling lately.
Mhm.
Uh, Mostly traveling, hanging out with my friends, going out, doing sports, taking trips, taking trips.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, so I'm pretty much I'm a free man as far as that, as of now. And I get to enjoy a lot more free time as of now. And yeah, it's a different story
And what
in
about you,
comparison
Jose?
from the beginning.
For me, just to frame my mind is, I think it's just go with friends to cook
Yeah.
or go for a walk.
Cooking
Yeah,
the
that's
kids
like
wine,
Go
right?
to
Cook
another
again.
kitchen.
Cooking
I'm
all
like
the time.
cooking all the time, but it's different when you cook with friends and
Yeah.
enjoy the time.
You
Chill.
don't
Yeah.
have friends in the bistro or what?
Yeah, I came here to cook with my friends.
Yeah, okay.
Or also traveling. I like to travel
Yeah.
a lot.
All right.
So sometimes when I have like few days off, I just go to travel somewhere.
And I think also you're quite passionate about cooking, having studied gastronomy. So can you give us a little walkthrough of how your journey in gastronomy kind of started? Just like quick shortcut to
Yeah,
that.
like that was back like 9 years ago. I was finishing high school and I was doing nothing. So my mom just told me to to look for a job. So the first job that I found, it was in kitchen. I didn't have idea at that time like what it was a grill, what was like. I had no idea what was to do anything in kitchen. So they hired me in one restaurant and I started working there. I really like it, and then I just decided to study gastronomy
Mhm.
in the like a bachelor degree. I finished it, and in the school they also have like these programs like, I don't know how it's called, like school trips
Mhm.
to work for like a week,
Exchange. Yeah.
just for like a week. and I was working in like different hotels, like in Cuba, Cancun, like
Nice.
different places. And then after I finished the university, one of my friends they told me to go to USA to work.
Mhm.
It's like a summer camps. They're just like a summer journey.
Mhm.
You get some money and come back to your country.
Mhm. Nice.
So I went to summers to work there,
Mhm.
and after that I came here. Also during this time in Mexico, I was always working in kitchen, like a restaurant. I was like working as waiter, as restaurant, also as jirka, like as a manager in a restaurant.
Yeah.
So I have like been working in different position in restaurants,
Mhm.
and also once I had a business in Mexico, and now I came here.
Yeah.
So it's always working in kitchen since like 9 years ago.
Wow. And what's kind of like, is there some kind of motivation behind this, or you just love it?
I think it's just like the passion that I have for food. Just like I just like to see how the people enjoy the food and how can you play with one ingredient to make it like something great. I think it's just about the passion. Like that's why I go with friends after shift to cook also for my
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's about passion.
You love playing with stuff and watching people's satisfaction, right?
Yeah,
something
let
like
him
that.
cook. Let him cook. Yeah, yeah.
Let
Put
him
it in
cook.
that way.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Also, we left you out of the hobbies, and like, what was the thing you did before Skull or any gastro? Was there something you did, or any hobbies you have?
So you're asking for hobbies or for a job?
Both.
Okay, both. So before Skal or also during the Skal Cafe, I was trying to study,
Mhm.
but then I dropped it.
Yeah.
And before Skal, I was working as a part timer in macro
Mhm.
and some manual works
Yeah.
before like
And could I
gardening.
ask you, like, what do you have to do with explicit, or you did, or you still have?
Nowadays, like nothing. But
Mhm.
before, I was doing like what was necessary.
Nice. Okay. All right.
And you are still a part of Explicit, right?
Right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But we are all grown up and we are more busy than before. So it's not like before.
Got you. Got you. And just like last thing about your cooperation with Explicit, um, you are involved with multiple things just as Explicit. There's also Represras as well that
Yes.
you've doing, and you're quite into the hip hop scene in Czech Republic, right? As well, if I can put it that way, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So like, what got you to that, or yeah, what pushed you towards hip hop? You love hip hop, or
I think it was love
uh huh,
to that thing. Like I'm the kid from the small town and there was nothing happening. So like when I was 15, 16 years old, I get finally some money for some part-time jobs and we were going for some concerts which were in Olomouc, Ostrava or here in Brno. So this is how it started and then I moved here and so I have everything here. So it
Yeah.
was
So a
great.
regular G from Brno, yeah.
Hood Pope, Hood Pope.
Bruntal Gajo. And that's also my hobby.
Hip hop. Yeah.
Like the music.
Yeah.
Music and I also like to play Call of Duty with my
Mhm.
friends.
Nice.
I also have a girlfriend.
Everybody's taken here. No, 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 no. Wait. You ride in solo, right?
Say it again.
You ride in solo, right? No, he was just talking. It doesn't matter. Let's
shut
move
up.
forward. Let's move forward. Let's
No,
move
what
solo.
was the question
No,
though?
no, no. It's irrelevant. Okay.
I love the irrelevant ones.
Irrelevant. So let's move on to a bit more of the personal stuff. So I would like to ask Tomáš, like, have you always considered starting your own thing as you've done with Bastardo, or it was just something you said you were thinking about it from 2007 to 2017, right?
Yes, just about.
And are there any more projects you have in mind that you would like to start? You don't need to give us the details, but do you see other ventures?
Oh yeah, yeah. There is, as the bistro got a lot more systemized, and with that being said, I have a lot more free time than I had before in the
Mhm.
past. I did establish a new company recently, and yeah, we'll basically specialize on importing uh, hemp products from abroad, from
Mhm.
Latin America
Mhm.
to here. Hopefully, in the near future, it will be medical full
Yeah.
cannabis products. Not
Mhm.
hemp, but cannabis, THC for
Nice.
like
Hustle,
medical
hustle.
purposes. But yeah, hopefully the laws will change, and the people who are
Stiff.
making those decisions, they'll finally see the sense of it, and make it happen, because it's been long overdue in this kind of sense.
Mm.
But yeah, that's one kind of business, and there's another one which I would not like to speak out of about yet, because it's
Mhm.
just not in
Mhm.
a yeah, it is not certain.
Mhm.
But you know once we know that it is good to go, then
Yeah.
I can talk about it. But
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
too early, I
All
would
good.
say.
All good. And guys, do you have any like future aspirations or?
Yeah, like
Uh,
because we had festival as a Lotus, and you, Jose, had stand
Malaman.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
Malaman.
With
Could you
Hugo.
say something
With Hugo.
about it?
That was like a small parade that I was running with one of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
It was just about to make some pop-ups with Mexican food.
Yeah.
So actually, it was going pretty well.
Uh-huh.
But right now, I just quit that because of work. I'm
Uh-huh.
studying right now, and also I have girlfriend. So it's like all the things at the time.
Yeah. All right.
I had to quit something,
Mm-hmm.
but it was pretty nice, pretty nice
Mhm.
experiences.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think also the people like it a lot, like the
Yeah,
food
they
and
did, and I loved
everything.
it too.
So maybe why not? Maybe in the future.
Yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
close to it.
Shout out Malaman.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think we've had some just personal discussions, and you said maybe I don't know when, but like sometime in the future, you will like to run your own joint or restaurant. Or
That was like this is like always on my mind. Like it's
Mhm.
my dream to open my own restaurant or my own business because I think mostly of the people we are looking for freedom.
Mm.
So that's what I want to have. Like
Mhm.
create something that impact to the people and start making money out of it.
Yeah.
Because even like there is of course the passion and love and
Mm.
everything,
Mm.
but we all
You
need
gotta
money.
make. You
Yeah.
We
gotta
all
make
need
living.
money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wanna make money out of something that I really like and enjoy to do. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
That's a
my dream.
word. That's a word.
Money talks.
Dollar bill. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Yirka? Anything in mind or that you would like to share that for the future aspirations?
I just want to live.
Nice.
Best.
Yeah.
That's like
That's deep though.
I want
yeah.
him to die working working in the Bistro Bastardo,
Yes,
You are not
managing
doing
Bistro
it
that's
well.
my future.
Bastardo.
My future is Bistro Bastardo forever.
Yeah. I would like to ask you, like, any of you. It's like who catches the question. Like, was the regular day in Bastardo? What do you have to do when you start? When you come? What is it? What's your job? For example, what do you do all day in Bastardo?
Mostly, like at the most times, I'm coming as a first here
Uh-huh.
to Stefanikova. I'm going to check what is
Mhm.
wrong,
What's missing and all that.
but mostly it's everything good.
Okay.
So I'm just going to do some deliveries,
Mhm.
and then we're going to start opening.
Yeah. And what's
No.
your job as a chef? Like, what do you have to do?
Like, first of all, like we have to check that everything is ready for the service.
Mm-hmm.
And also one thing that I really like to have in the like at shifts or in the team of work, like everything works smoothly. Like I'm trying, it's not easy, but I'm trying to everyone like be close to the others. Like don't work
Robot.
with hate or
Yeah.
something. Just chill
Mm-hmm.
because it's a hard work.
I bet.
So we have a lot of hours here in the restaurant. So I don't like to be people like fighting each other in a long
Mhm.
shift. Just make it work. Just make the people enjoy the food. Don't fuck up my work, and that's it.
What about you, Tomáš?
Yeah.
Uh,
So I would say just delegating, giving out tasks, making sure that everything runs smooth, inspecting, trying food, trying tasting food, being consistent, making sure that the personnel is all good to go and set up and doing well, and sometimes helping out with the schedule. Uh, and there's actually a lot of things. It's hard to like name them all from just like that, but it still get it still does get stressful, and there's always something to do. It never gets to the point where you can just sit around and watch it happen uh, for itself. It just there needs to be something, someone overlooking uh, the whole
Operation.
the whole operation. Yes.
So would you say if there is any kind of philosophy that you live by, or that you
would share for others. Like
yeah, because you have a lot of people under you, and
a lot of experience
in
also.
our experience, even me as an employee here, uh, I've had good time with you, that you care about the people that are here. Is there anything that comes to your mind in terms of this, that yeah, this
Do
is
you
the
have
way?
something you live by, some motto or something?
Well, this is one of the most important things I would say. I'm glad that you said it because you're not ever gonna make it successful without the people working, being satisfied, being happy. So the collectiveness, the collective work, it's a huge part of it, if not the most essential one, and trying to have the people work together like successfully. It just it's a huge part of it overall. mm,
And
yeah, the collective work, I would say.
how was it for you at the beginning, uh, kind of managing internal conflict between employees, and even uh, just keeping the team together? How was it like for you in the beginning?
Well, it was a new experience, but I do believe that I've got to the point where I'm a lot more proficient, know what's going on, know how to interact with people, know how to make peace, if I can say it that way. And yeah, it's something that you have to work on. It's a whole new experience, that is, I would say, very essential and important to what I am doing here. So Yeah.
Yeah, and like in throughout the whole journey, is there something you would say to your younger self? It's a cliche, but is there something you would like give advice to yourself in the beginning? Is there something specific that you would change, or you think that everything went how it should?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's definitely things that I would have told me back then, but uh yeah, it's hard to say. Not everything I can say aloud, I would say. But yeah, there are definitely things that I would have changed. But something that I can say, in front of you. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
He was to stay like don't hire Lahiru.
We have the same in our, like.
Yeah. Everybody.
Lahiru de vendra problematic.
Don't listen to them.
If you weren't skating so much, you wouldn't be getting injured so much. Then you could have worked a lot more than you do now.
Well.
Okay, like out of this whole thing, I have one question for y'all. Like, is there some type of song that you would say is an anthem for this place or somebody? Is there something like you always play as like, I don't know, if you have a gathering of all the employees, this is something you always remember? I'm asking you too, like, is there some song, if you hear it, you're like, oh, Bastardo.
Titi me pregunto, Bad Bunny. No, for real. Any of y'all, if you got something.
I feel like so far no, like mostly reggaeton, but
Yeah.
for me there is not like a specific song that. And
I do remember Gucci Givenchy, but I don't know the
Yeah.
it's Bad
Which
Bunny,
one?
but I don't know what is it.
Which one did you say?
It's something Japanese, right?
Yeah.
Japanese song.
No, it's
no.
the Japanese
It's-
called track by Bad Bunny, but I don't know
Oh.
what
I
is
don't remember the song.
How about
It's-
some like traditional Mexican song?
it. Yeah, that,
Yeah, but like,
That's what
Cumbia.
that's
Yeah,
what we
the
are
cumbia,
That's what
yes.
you're supposed to be playing,
No,
by
no,
the way,
no.
but no
Yeah.
one
Speak.
fucking cares.
Every time when I'm working, every
So
time-
we have this rule in the peak hours, which is during the lunch. That's from 11, just about from 11 to 2 o'clock. We have to they should be just playing a certain kind of music, which is Latin American.
Of course,
Bad
with-
Bunny
of
is
course-
the Latin,
No,
but-
no.
Then there is a gap from 2 o'clock until 5 or 6, where you can play whatever. So you get
So actually, he was talking
know,
about
don't
that
get
gap
about
of time that he was playing that song. So
and who
Yeah.
made these rules? Who made these rules?
Thomas.
Yeah, because this is a part of the experience. When you
Mhm.
come here, you get to taste, the traditional, authentic Mexican food, and this is the kind of music that will make the experience, more authentic. It'll just make it more smooth for you.
yeah.
But at the same time, I do understand from the perspective of the people, who work their asses off, in the kitchen, and they want to have more broad spectrum of
Mhm.
music. Their favorite music. It's not always gonna be uh Latin American, but that
Yeah.
we have to kind of find a balance to it. But,
Majority of the time, I'm playing hip hop over here.
in the
Who
peak
asked,
hours,
bro? Who
Sorry.
in the
asked?
peak hours when he's not supposed to.
Yeah. Just like throwing what we asked previously to the both of you, Jose and Irka. Is there anything that you would tell your younger selves that you would do differently, or yeah, some bit of advice that you would say to them?
like for me, it's every experience that I have, I just like, or every good or bad thing that it happens to me, I just take it as experience. So I don't regret anything, and I can just give it the advice like, if you have the chance,
Yeah.
just take it.
Nice.
That's all.
That's amazing.
I agree with Jose. Like every time you have like the plenty of the ways how to do it. So like do it how you want to do it.
Mm-hmm. And all right, so
Hey.
Hey.
Break.
Is there when we talk about shifts, for example, like this is particularly aimed at well, all three of you, whoever wants can feel free to answer. Uh, so uh, yeah, I will wait for that.
The host itself and his cell
So,
phone. Who's calling your
but
mom?
my dad,
Put her on mic. Put her on the mic.
the problem is that I have all the sounds down, but only my dad is like loud. So sorry for that.
Um, so, can you talk to the audience and or particularly anyone who hasn't experienced working in gastro? What's it like to be standing and busting your ass for 13 hours straight? Uh, can you each give me a sentence in your own perspective about it?
It's just about passion. Like if you don't like to work in gastro, don't do it because it's gonna be a pain in the ass. So just if you like to do it because it's about passion. Like if you have passion, you will be working as many hours as you need, or like the money's gonna come by itself once you start making it like what you like. But it's just about passion because if you don't like the work, you can be working 1 2 hours and you just wanna get out of here.
Go hard or go home.
Yeah, get rich or get
Get rich or die trying.
Get rich or die trying. And for you, what was it like on those moments that you thought you couldn't go on anymore? Did you ever tell yourself like, okay, fuck it, I don't want to do this shit?
It did happen to me very frequently. I did get very stressful looking back at the times when I was working those shifts, and uh, yeah, it doesn't really fit me, to be honest. I'm not very good at it. When I remember the times when I was working the register, those long shifts, it just it got to the point where I was not so respectful towards the customers as I would, as I should be.
I remember.
Really?
Nah, it was cool.
What
I
did
just
I,
wanted my burrito, so I don't care really.
Ouch.
Time to apologize.
But yeah, I did. Yeah, I can get you a voucher or something.
I mean,
Always fixes things. Or
makes to fix it. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
but yeah, I mean, to be honest, it just that's why I have so much respect for these guys, that are putting in all the hard work here, and I will do my best to try to keep them, as satisfied, as happy as possible, because just I can't do it anymore, to be honest. And I had some hard times working those shifts, but again, I don't think that this job is for everyone. It's very very unique. Not everybody can do it. As for me, doing the personalistics and seeing all the people that have gone through here, that have tried the job, that have not made it. There have been so many of them, and I have to have some kind of a filter when I get approached, by someone, trying to work here, and then there's just many people that I can tell, from the first, within a minute, I will know for sure if they will make it or not. So that's my first filter. But yeah, it's very individual. Not it. This job is not for everyone, and yeah.
Yeah. For example, when I tried this job for once, I was a cashier. I couldn't fucking do it. Like it was like I'm a stressful person, and I was behind the cashier, and it was just like too much on me. Maybe in a kitchen, if I would try for one day 2 days, but I couldn't do it all. You know.
You see, I like the honesty.
Yeah,
It's
I
very
respect.
individual, not for everyone.
Mm.
People easily get stressed, when they see a row of people like stretching all the way out.
Mm.
And it's just about like kind of eating the pressure and just doing it, still keeping your head cold and doing it
Yeah,
the
I
way you want
respect. I
it,
respect
or
the work. I
And
respect.
also,
right,
like,
right.
one thing that I will say to all the people who works in gastro, like, everyone we have problems. So if you have like personal problems, just leave it apart,
Mm.
because here in the like working in gastro, there are always problems, everyday
Mhm.
problems. So you cannot mix it because you will be overwhelmed.
Mm.
So just if you are working in gastro, just before enter to the shift, just breathe a bit, smoke a cig, do whatever you want,
Yeah.
don't drugs. I just
We do not
clear your
endorse.
mind, and then just go to the shift.
Yes, that's what's up.
You
Okay,
get the
guys.
robot mode.
Yeah, pretty much 13 hours. Anyway, now that we're approaching the end, just last thing that we would like to get from you guys is we're about inspiration for other Gs. So if there's one thing or few things that you could tell others out there pursuing their own journey, what can you tell them?
Like if they would, for example, would like to open a bistro like you or whatever, any shop, any business, whatever. If there's something like you would tell them to do.
Grow some balls.
Yeah,
Don't
alright.
open a Mexican bistro.
That's it.
I think it's just be focused and patience. Like the patience is super important. I'm not, but I know that is good. So I think that's it. Just patience and be focused.
Yeah, and also that we are the Brno Gs. We would like to ask you like one or two businesses you would like to or you like to enter or go to in Brno. Not Bastardo. Anything that you like there.
Like in the gastrosphere.
Whatever, like
Gastro or
Any
whatever.
kind of
Yeah, yeah,
businesses.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, so I would recommend Buchek to be a first. No one
Shut
else.
up.
Never.
Peter, shout out to Peter.
And if you're a big Brno G and you are able to leave a Brno, try a smashing machine in Olomouc.
yeah.
For me, like, I think one of the best restaurant here is Castellana Trattoria. Pretty
Mhm.
good food.
Yes, sir.
Cheery presentations, honestly,
Yeah.
but pretty nice food.
Yes. Been there, tried it. Amazing. And you, Tomáš?
Wow, this is a tough one for me. There's so many,
You can say
good
more.
places. Where do I start, man? I'm a huge fan of Vietnamese cuisine because it's just something that I can eat on everyday basis. That keeps me light. And I can I can function. After eating, not so heavy. But so a lot of good Vietnamese places. Večerka, Domovina, Bonjour, Vietnam. Hatsu does like it's amazing job, as a Asian fusion, I would say. What else? What else? I would like to start swimming.
Where
you.
did that
So-
come from?
So so I'm just thinking forward. Yeah. So the Cometa, I will start swimming at the Cometa Stadium. So it's one of them places.
If
I
you were,
was-
that I
if
would-
you
I
were
would
wondering,
recommend.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Maybe I hit the gym, once in a while here in the Pionierska. So all them hot girls, if you're ever interested, I hit the sauna after the gym. I go around the lunchtime.
I might be interested.
You're
Go with
welcome.
Thomas.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. I think that's a wrap. Just want to say thank you so much for your time, patience, and that good vibes, bro.
Yeah,
guys.
shout out.
Yes,
And
shout
also,
out.
Hey, thank-
Bistro Bastardo. Yeah.
yeah, and Tomas, don't forget about the voucher, yeah?
I got. Oh,
No, I'm kidding. Peace.
Brno G's.
But no,
peace out.
G.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you
Thank you
all.
so much for having us. Ciao.
Yeah.
Be done.
Nice.